Bishop takes f3. I think Twitch stream might be back.
Yeah, we're back to.
Hello. Yes, the commentator's board is nice. Yeah, I was saying that I think Bishop f6 may be more of a mistake due to eventually pushing g4, g5. Got interesting after a center fork tactic combined with bishop takes f7 or Viking. And now, what should white try to play? Also, h6 opened up this g6 square weakness.
Should just start checking them down.
Checking the king.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure if we lose initiative after g6. g4, g5 still. Maybe some plan with king h1, g4, g5.
Sons.
Maybe trying to go h5. Maybe bring our a rook in to the e file. One. Seems okay. Yeah, I guess if we don't go for g4, then we just improve our rook positions.
Depends how aggressive that was him today.
I saw some engine lines, but they all didn't seem very logical to me. 1 or E1. Yeah.
Drop off. Dick dropped off, but he's still making marks on the commentator board.
Hello. Oh, what happened? I'm not sure why. Discord may disconnected for a bit.
You're back.
Okay. I was thinking rook f8, so it lines up with the queen once we move our king back.
F1.
Explanation for a3. Yeah, I thought the point might have been to stop knight b4. Either that or it allows white to play a4, b4. I don't think it's a very... I don't think it plays on the right side of the board. Because we have this pressure on the king on f7, and we should probably just continue attacking.
Still, you put your work on the C file or the B file.
Yeah, c file, e file, d file. Saying that once the king moves out of the way, then d4 will be a target for black. I think white should go after the king, but I guess they're It's not so clear what's the most precise way to attack the king. Maybe just a slow and preview move. The screen has messed up. In the future, we can think about this sacrifice on h6 potential. For example, the queen moves, then the g pawn could be overworked. The board still shows up. Just the white pieces. Actually, now that the rook moved, queen h5 check potential.
That was a forced him back to G8.
What move are you saying? Like queen h5?
Check it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't go G6.
Right. Actually, I was calculating g6 because if they go g6, like white's knights is hanging, so maybe they can afford to lose the h6 pawn. Yeah. As long as Twitch stream is still in this Discord call. I can't tell if maybe Elena has mood, and this looks like a fried liver or Frankenstein Dracula. Did you just make that up?
So they didn't know she moved.
This is most like a Noah's Gambit because of the center forward trick combined with bishop takes f7. What kind of a delayed? So it comes out to be, it started off as a Scotch Gambit. And then black allowed c takes d4.
Gambit have any relation to Noah's Ark? Where he trapped the bishop?
The bishop trap line. Maybe those names come from the same place. E1 maybe, just in case we want to protect our knight later.
That is the move.
Okay.
Queen E7.
Yeah. They wanted queen E7. Okay. Oldest trick in the book.
Oh, it's pretty old.
e4 would be dangerous as well, if that were possible. Now we can calculate stuff like this. The problem is sacking the bishop, you just kind of get back rank mated in certain lines. Like right now, there's a pin going on. Bishop g5 takes check. Bishop takes h6, as in
Which straight to h6.
I feel like thinking about bishop g5, bishop takes h6. Takes h6 seems to damage their pawn structure, maybe.
This should be awkward. He is building up pressure, so I'm not sure I'll be even thinking about trying to attack.
I guess, yeah, black's putting up pressure here, but we can use that against them. Let's say something like this. He made backs. This is check. So let's think. Insane self-pin. Yeah. It seems like it does. It allows black to mess up easily. Here, utilizing this pin.
F6. Take f6. I'll trade things. Wait.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I see. Okay, but looks like some moves were played. Yeah, I do not like knight takes. I think if our plan is just like trading queens and winning h6, then it would just be we'll lose d4 and that position doesn't look too advantageous. This did not work because then this isn't check, so this doesn't really work as well. The computer is saying this line's just not good for white.
Compensation from the queen's not worth it.
Yeah. In that line, because you've sacked like a bishop and a knight and a rook.
Okay, I can see that now.
In this line, though, we don't sack our bishop because they can't take. So this line would have been a good find. It would have been a good move to start with.
G5 check.
Five, H takes G5.
And it fell off again in between those.
Oh, hello. Thanks, Henry.
G6.
Yeah, actually, Discord doesn't really tell me when I drop. Interesting. I need to constantly check it. You thinking Queen E6?
Drop your queen? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You said queen e6?
Yeah, Queen E6. For black right now. Oh, it looks like black went King G6, which is a
yeah.
Not too bad of a move. I thought, the might be able to escape. So I guess I don't see a way to really punish this king on G6.
Right now, she doesn't have just to go for like a mating net or anything, so she just has to slowly improve.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If she had a white square bishop, maybe.
Some rook can come over. Rook C3, yeah.
H3.
Yeah. Maybe H3 instead of G3. H3 is played. So it seems like she's just playing a slow move. Just in case later you might need love for the king. I feel like H3 could have been delayed. Maybe like start off with Rook C1, Rook C3. Yeah, Paul 1E4. Sometimes the king on F7 and G6 are somewhat fine in these positions because black usually has a lot of pieces developed around their king as well, so it's not too easy to really punish it. Complain about Luft. Stuck on C6, making the earlier A3 decent foresight. With black's kings exposed, then I guess black is happy that white doesn't have any knights to attack with. The knight on e4 was potentially doing really well with tactics and discoveries. Back on move, I think 15. Here, I'm not sure what the follow-up is.
I think she's thinking of G4.
And maybe even bishop d2 here, just protect the back rank and threaten something good. Six was played though. Queen b3. King b7 is suggested. As black, maybe you can just get your king safe, if nothing else. Robin Round is here. Discord disconnects so fast. I'm not sure why, because it didn't happen last time, did it? Robin?
No, not yesterday.
Okay, I'm wondering why it happens today. And it doesn't give me like a sound or anything.
How's the game going?
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Going well.
Hey, I found the button.
Sharp game.
Cool. I found the button that probably turns the mic off. So if that happens again, let me know and I'll push it.
Okay. Well, it's not happening right now.
Sweet. Hi, everybody. Looks like a good game so far. Let me get situated. Hello, Henru. Hello, Vindictive.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how are you?
Black's preparing to double up. What can white do in the meantime? We can get our rook somewhere active.
Yeah, she definitely needs to, especially that pawn A, that hero.
Okay, protecting the pawn, that's under some pressure. If we defend our pawn, then our queen can actually move to like b3. E5. Played queen b3 first. Could run into knight takes d4. Check. Knight goes here. G4 in the end. Okay. Yeah, Queen B3 tactically looks like it could work out. And if they defend this, yeah, that looks fine.
That one of those. I feel like Queen B3 a little bit more.
You like Queen B3? Hello, Owens.
Yeah.
More than Rook AD1. Like Queen B3 more, since it tactically does not hang D4.
Yeah, and it also it's the bishop from the rooks.
Oh, it protects the bishop? Yeah. I think our bishop kind of is happy here, though, because if we move, then they can control the E file, or yeah, if we move this bishop, like Rook A8, so it's kind of nice that it's here blocking the E file.
It's a good way for black to kick it out either.
Yeah, I suppose, I suspected Rook E8 would be played, just doubling up. So maybe trying to go Queen B3. Let's see. Pressure this. Seems fine.
Yeah. I think you might be delayed because when I made that comment earlier was after I saw the rook move.
Yeah, the Rook moved, but I didn't see it moving. But it was there on the screen for me as well. Queen B3 played. Makes sense.
B4.
Oh, what happened? I don't know. Why did I think?
Wait, oh. Yeah, it's B4.
I feel like I might have saw something. Saw myself play Queen B3, and then it show up on the commentator's board. Yeah, this commentator board is a bit lagged, so let her play. Yeah, practically speaking, it was hard to get a huge advantage or like maintain it even after the king was on G6. It's like after we traded knights, the computer liked white's position, and it did seem good, just not too clear how to continue while black eventually solidifies.
Actually, right now, look at this black.
Plays black here. It could be trying to go for b4, b5. Montero's board is very delayed. I like it. I can see it moving, but it's still like one move off from where I am. Why? Change. It's not really that delayed, but the commentary board still says queen b3.
Aren't you in the commentator board manually?
Yes. Yes, I am in the board. I played b4 on that board. 6. Okay. They finally switched.
Yeah.
Popping b5.
I would start trying to move that knight over maybe to the king's side.
Yeah.
Because the pawns are fine there.
Move the knight over somewhere.
Start moving to the king side. Maybe through.
It's kind of stuck right now, yeah. Oh, maybe this way. Maybe to d8 and f7. Yeah, spin draw. I deleted the moves, but it didn't register on the screen until after a6. Like that plan. Knight d8, knight f7. Now that yeah, now that black does doubled rooks, I feel like our bishop is stuck on e3 now. Our rook's on d1. Maybe we need to move that rook on d1 because it's just behind. Pawn and can't move.
Yeah. You really don't want to tie 2 pieces. Situation like this.
Yeah. Bishop star says rook d3, but then this rook on e1 would be kind of loose. I guess it's already loose. This would make it even more tactically dangerous. Two is played. Rook d3 or rook c1 was a better square. Not too sure.
You're worried about f2.
Where?
f2.
I don't think black can get this. Where is it? C2 or saying this defends f2.
Okay, so I read that this is an opponent Elena has faced before. Is that right? And he won last year in Las Vegas. When is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, this
in the
opponent.
beginner. So was he also in the beginner section with Elena?
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool. And so they faced off against each other heads up last year. And now this is an epic rematch. That's what I understand.
I wonder what color she was last time. Queen f5 was played. Okay.
She's out for revenge. Looks like they have a dead even position.
Yeah, it seems like White can't really improve their position that much, at least on the king side. Black is completely fine there.
Fighting. Elena's coach.
Yes.
By in the background.
Interesting that everyone's in the same position. Playing hall must be huge last time I checked when I went to Vegas. But we're all situated in, maybe it's like a streamer section or.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Oh, okay. No wonder. Back when I was playing in Vegas, I had to like go switch up every round.
I'm mainly focusing on the board and the scene, but if anything relevant in chat happens that I need to know, be sure to let me know.
Okay.
Be my eyes and ears.
I really don't want to. I really don't want to trade queens. I don't know what else you would do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be inclined to trade, but trade queens kind of helps their king position in an endgame. Not sure if the king is just pretty active on f5.
Yeah, queen trade seems to favor black right now, right? Because black's king is less safe. So in general, we want to keep our queen on the board. Trading down to an endgame favors black due to the superior king position.
Well, I don't even think black's king is unsafe though.
Black's king is more exposed. Let's put it that way. More vulnerable to attack. So might as well keep the power on the board.
Right, yeah. But there's no real way to attack the king.
But if you were to trade queens right now, the king would be well placed for an endgame.
Yeah, probably. The move g4 check is any good. I'm not sure if that's good for white. Robin, can you read the chat? There are people with important messages.
Spin and Tom say hi.
Hi, everyone that's saying hi. I don't know what you're saying, but I'll flip over to it eventually. And
you'll get my nice response. Things, I promise.
You'll get my response in the future. It will be the present for me, though.
It will also be the present for them.
All my adoring fans. Shout out.
If we don't trade queens, the queen can go back to like c4, b3.
Spin says this is the guy that didn't tell her clock was running for 20 minutes, which he was under no obligation to, for the record. I am not going to fault him for that in tournament play. Though I think people were mad at him. They were mad at him. It was Elena's first tournament, and he let her clock run for 20 minutes. How rude.
They trade queens. Still pretty dead equal.
Given that he let her clock run all that time, that's extra motivation in this game for Elena to get revenge, I'd say. Bishop Stars asks if her opponent reminds me of anyone today. The answer is no, except for a character in the Queen's Gambit. when he gave us eye contact with the camera. One of the first masters that she beat in tournament competition. It was that eye contact this opponent gave us about 10 minutes ago. It did it.
Before look. Let's see. Does it gain free space?
YOLO.
Uh-huh. Let's prepare G5. I feel like G4 is fine because our bishop's controlling these two squares. But eventually I feel like our bishop cannot easily move because of our rook.
Yeah. Like G4 will just push that king back.
Okay. So bishop star says rook C1, and then maybe then this bishop can actually move and maybe support G5. Maybe eventually D5, because whenever D5 is played, it gives up this E5 square, but maybe we want our bishop on D4. Both rooks to the C file to threaten D5.
Back to the board. Did Elena decide to trade queens then? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
apparently
she did.
Okay, interesting.
I suppose if she doesn't trade queens, then her queen's just less active, but it can reroute later. I guess it's kind of giving back the initiative as well.
Okay, so I guess G4 does push the king back, unless the king wants to get brave and go to E4, which doesn't look good.
Yeah, that tactically loses with king e6 or king e4 to just something like bishop g5 check or bishop takes h6 check.
So the king would have to go back, and you'd be advancing the g-pawn with tempo. Looks very reasonable.
Yeah,
You
sometimes
guys
you aren't sure if you want to commit a move with the pawn, but this looks decently safe.
Yeah. Gets us closer to promoting, pushes the king back, gets a tempo on the king. You guys see better?
If we can go for this, or I was thinking some plan with both rooks on the c file, threaten d5. And also, if we move our rook away, we can get this bishop somewhere.
Okay, so 3-move
Maybe
plan.
combine that with g4.
G4, then double on the C file and push D5.
2B5. G4.
G4's played.
Said it before and I'll say it again. Great minds think alike. On our wavelength, guys.
Nice. We played a move that Elena would play. King
Means we're
e4.
doing
Yeah,
well.
that would win.
I don't think that king's going over to the E file.
So there's only one legal move. These two moves are not legal. Let's play it and hope I'm not wrong.
They're legal. They're just.
I told the
not very-
future or the past, but I told it less than 15 minutes in the past.
Get on my level.
That makes sense, Paul. Keep the king. Oh wait, I forgot about this move. That was totally legal. Oops. Right spin. Yeah, apparently there's 2 legal moves, here and here. So I got lucky.
King E4, there was King E6, there was King G6, there was King F6.
No, those weren't legal. Okay, so
They were
maybe...
legal. You would just get a ticket.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean by illegal, is not that it can't be played.
Be an infraction.
Super passer maybe wants this F4 break. I was thinking maybe Rook C1, Rook C2, Bishop F4.
Play Rook B1.
The other girl is streaming because this is like a DGT table where everyone has cameras and DGT boards.
Some idea, but what do you guys think about displaying chat in the upper right-hand corner?
I think that would be a bit too busy on the screen. Take up too
I don't
much
even
space.
know how to do that.
I don't like seeing chat, but at least on the screen.
I guess about else moves. Rook B1.
Rook B1. Yeah. Rook B1 to push B5.
Yeah.
Interesting. If we do push B5 though, maybe the knight can go to A5. And maybe there's some potential outposting
So she went to A7.
D5s.
You guys think that's making way for a C pawn or a B pawn push?
Right. I guess they stopped our immediate B pawn push. E5. D5 is kind of interesting now, where the knight can't like go to this E5 sort of outpost, where it could earlier. So maybe A4, B5 could be a pawn push. Yeah, I still think we should go to the C file just because there's only a few files that are like half open or open. Like they're controlling the E file. We have our rooks on B and D, but if we can't easily push these pawns, then we should try to get a rook on the C file instead. Yeah, their knight might not be too good. If it goes to B5, we might be able to kick it out. Or we might want to push A4 first to stop knight B5. Yeah, let's think. If we go rook C2, knight B5.
Four.
No, we can't go A4 because of knight A3. it was worthwhile to go a4 first. Let's say here. Are we getting anywhere? I think then at least the knight has places to go in this line, so maybe play a4 first. E4, E5, Scotch Gambit opening.
C2.
Okay, what was played?
Rook C2.
Rook C2, nice.
Bishop center text message.
Tom's doing a democracy again. I'm scared.
Next is going to be, do you like 3 commentators?
That's a quick minute. Knight C8.
Knight C8. Interesting. I wonder why so quick. I guess they're just continuing their plan to put their knight somewhere.
Two is B6. I mean,
B6. Yeah. I think if they play B6, maybe they also want to go D5.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Actually, yeah, D5 and D6. Yeah. It's decent for black. A5 is played, okay. Or B5 makes sense, I guess.
B5, A take B5, and then rook take, probably.
Yeah. Makes sense, because the knight just vacated from that square, so we immediately played it. Black can still go for C6, maybe with tempo, to defend the B7 pawn with the rook, and then D5. Oops. C6, D5, knight D6. And one benefit of this is, let's say the rook moves and then we double up on the B file, then black would still be able to defend the pawn at the same time as getting their knight to a good square. D6 was played. Interesting.
Yeah. And then rook B2.
Yeah. So I wonder if he'll see D5, which I have on my analysis. Board was ahead of video. Yeah. I was just explaining a line, and I didn't know if it would happen. But D5 seems to make sense after knight C8.
That knight on D6 is going to be in stuff.
Yeah, I do think that knight, because it can come to a light squared outpost, and then, yeah, if it's on a light squared, our bishop is on a dark squared and can't ever displace the knight.
Would this be one of those? Well, I guess if it does get to that, it'd be one of those classic good knight versus bad bishop.
Good knight versus bad bishop. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe our bishop's less good because it's like kind of blocked by a pawn.
Yeah.
And then this diagonal maybe also blocked. What is Robin doing? You wonder. Knight, bad bishop. So is there another plan that black can play besides d5?
Plan for white.
Yeah, after d5, yeah, might not really be able to escort the a pawn. I feel like if we get a pawn to a6, then black can just play b6. All right, d5 is played. Nice.
Sorry, guys.
Fun
I was
guessing game.
catching up on chat. Nothing too earth-shattering.
I think the competition is 7 rounds for the under 1500 section. A4 discouraging b5. Bishop, I think kind of all moves discourage b5. Because it just drops a pawn. Right. d5. Yeah, what I like about d5 is if we go double up on the b file, there's still knight d6. And then maybe after rook b2, knight d6, we can go for the a4 plan, but I don't know if they can just kind of contest the a file. Yeah, I'm not sure I like a4 in that position. Yeah, it looks pretty drawish, but their knight's gonna do some annoying stuff, or kind of slowly get their knight into a good position, and our bishop's a little worse than their knight, I think, so maybe the bishop needs to go someplace better, like bishop b5 maybe.
Now, with pawns on both sides of the board, wouldn't the bishop be favored over the knight in an endgame?
From a textbook
bishop's
perspective, yeah.
Yeah, the bishop's favored over knights if it can protect pawns on both sides of the board.
It's like he's
But
following
this
your
knight
mind,
has a
man.
good outpost. Superpatcher likes rook c3. Which rook? Okay. The c rook. Then f4. But even after f4, it feels like our bishop is kind of awkward. Maybe I'm thinking about a bishop reroute.
A4 and knight d5 is played, or d6.
Wait, what was played?
A4, then knight d6.
Where would that bishop even go, though? Because right now it's, defending d4 and also preventing penetration from those double rooks on the e file.
Yeah,
So
the computer
is there
actually
really a
said
better-
there's... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is there really a better spot than where it is right now?
Yeah. Maybe the b4 diagonal, but... The computer actually says there's a big swing, kind of, after knight d6. So it's like... even in this position, you can't really stop black from playing knight d6, so I do think black had the edge.
So the computer didn't
And still
realize
has
it
edge.
until knight d6 was played. That's when the computer realized it.
No, it realized after a4. But
After a4.
I can't really say why a4 is bad. It's just that the previous position was already slightly better for black, even though the computer says it's not. The computer gives an edge to white before a4.
Rook c3.
c3. Okay.
Yeah. Knight c4.
Okay.
I'm wondering.
This looks like a good initiative for black.
Yeah, I'm wondering if a couple of moves ago, maybe we didn't have to worry about the rooks coming in, and we could have played bishop f4, preventing the knight from going to d6, and therefore taking that outpost.
I thought somewhat of the same thing. The bishop coming to like e5. Certain lines, if we do bishop e5 and then play f4, then our bishop's a bit strong as well.
Yeah, and the knight would still be stuck back there rather than well posted on the 5th rank.
Mm-hmm. Although, one weakness about f4 is then you're giving up the 94 outpost, where if you don't play f4, you can at least play f3 in the future. Should the bishop and knight get traded? But are they threatening to win the pawn?
At the master level, this is drawish. At the club and
yeah,
amateur.
I think it's very not drawish yet.
Or very much.
It's equal,
anyone's game.
but yeah.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah, black should most likely just keep their knight where on a good outpost on the light square and a8 threat. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, maybe.
King g2 is
King
played.
g2.
This might lose a pawn. The rook a8. Might be a blunder.
Like,
Does rook 8? So rook
King
a8.
g2, rook a8.
Rook b4.
Rook b4. I don't like c5, so
let's play rook
All right.
a8.
This rough. Honestly, outside of him blundering, I don't really see what Atlanta can do to turn the tide on this.
Trade the bishop off and then double up on the e file. Well, he was already doubled up on the e file.
Oh no, because well, lots of people in chat were saying that we never want to trade off that bishop. It's just our knight's a lot better than it.
Better.
Yeah.
Since the bishop's kind of a big pawn right in the
So
moment.
yeah. So if rook b4 is seemingly forced, then Double Jared is saying b6, rook a7, I think.
Double Jared, what's up? I also see him in Cadence stream, which is cool. That's where I first saw him.
So she did play rook b4.
Good to see Double Jared.
Okay, great. She's playing white 2 times. I wonder if that guy means the last game where she played this opponent last year was with white. Or they're saying just the commentator's board. J. Arid.
I hope I'm not the first to say today that our queen Elena looks lovely as always.
You
Came to
might be the
play.
first to say.
She came to play today, and she came to slay as well, and she's winning.
Okay, King F6. What purpose would that serve? Just didn't see a way that they didn't see why
It's
D6 would be
centralizing this
played.
king.
Okay. The king also protects the rook.
True.
Two. Rook takes E3. Takes. Okay. Nice fork. Actually, in this position, now that black is threatening this A4 pawn, that's a weakness that is kind of awkward to defend. So that's one weakness. And then the second weakness is now that they have one less rook defending this bishop.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like this rook is kind of tied down to the E file.
Play at A4.
H4.
Sorry. Yeah.
A bit softened up. Okay, what about something like rook E4? Yeah. Seems okay. If rook E4, then just that allows G5.
He did play G5.
Okay, so black plays G5, so that white doesn't. Can try to get a rook to F2 or F3. Not sure if that helps. Like if we move our bishop back to C1, try for rook F3, then we can actually maybe win this G5 pawn. If black's not really threatening to take on H4, because maybe we would just take on H6, then maybe G5. Not sure if our king's that great on F3. Their pawns are now a target, so that's nice. Let's say something like bishop C1 to try to go rook F3.
It's not bad.
Can black try for like A6, B5, rook check. King G there. I don't know. H5 check. Rook F6. B3 I think is pretty findable. I mean, he played. Hard to think about what findable means. Like, it's not like an anti-intuitive move. It doesn't look impossible, but also at the same time, stuff was going on the king side, and supposedly it's more likely she'll try to find a move that continues with this king side tension. Follow h4. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking bishop c1 here. Okay, king h3. Hello, I'm back. Yeah, I was thinking bishop c1 to go rook f3, then dealing with the g5 weakness. Playing? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm guessing b6, they still don't have c5 because our bishop on e3 hits that. Allow rook a7, it's might be losing a pawn. Okay. Okay, yeah, b6 wasn't to play c5, it was to play rook a7. He takes c4. Ah, the engine does say that. This takes. You sacrifice a rook. You gain a pawn. But you also lose. You also have a weak a pawn. Which I don't know they take immediately, but. I'd say this move is definitely like nearly unfindable because you'd have to actually like. This is even like unclear. You don't know if the compensation's worth it. And then in a serious OTB game, you're left with all the risk. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, are you saying that the top computer move is rook takes c4 right now?
Yeah, one of them. I don't think it's the only. I think there are many ways to play. Like, okay, even king g3 or just any move. Rook c1, bishop c1 probably is fine. Lots of moves are fine, but the c rook taking on c4 and then rook takes b6. Rook takes b6 doesn't work, I think, because then the rook comes to e6 to block after forking. So you check and fork the king and rook, and then rook e6 comes. And then now you've lost material. I think she did, what is it, bishop c1? Okay. Yeah, nice. That was my earlier plan.
So I disagree that exchange stacks like that are unfindable. I think it just depends on what kind of games a person has studied.
Yeah, but if you're stacking exchange in a real over the board game, it's a lot different than just like doing it in a random online game where you're just saying like YOLO. Have like a strong justification, like you win a pawn and a knight, and then hopefully the justification should be like your bishop is actually strong enough to match a rook. But in this variation, there's just like a loose a4 pawn, so it's... you might not even be winning like a pawn.
Moving the bishop to play f4.
Interesting idea. I think rook f3 check might be another idea. But yeah, if we go rook f3 check, then we can't go f4. f4. If they take, then bishop takes f4. We still have some good pawns on the king side.
Only she does in the time pressure.
Yeah. But this game, what's happening is... so the opponent has 1 minute and 10, or 1 hour and 10 minutes. Wow, that's a lot. It didn't seem like the opponent was moving that fast when I was watching it live. Oh, wait. Maybe... right, the opponent has more time.
Yeah, black is out.
Okay. Yeah, that's strange. I didn't really consider her moving a lot slower than he was, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was just one or two
Hard to tell.
a lot of time, but most of the moves are pretty. I'll probably to check.
The technique for black winning would be rook a7. Oh, rook e1, rook a1. Rook e2 to rook a2, or just rook a7 immediately. Oh yeah, that's true, Longchamp. There's a lot of... yeah, okay. I forgot about the opening where he just allowed the position to get really sharp and lost his castling rights and moved pretty fast. Because it took a lot more time for Elena because she was trying to figure out when the king was exposed. Okay. G takes h5.
It's a pawn. Yeah, I don't see any cons from taking that bishop. I mean, the pawn with the bishop.
Oh, yeah, for white to go bishop takes h6, because now we might be winning 2 pawns, right? Because we lost the h pawn, but we might be winning both their h pawns back. He takes h4 is odd. Oh yeah, now we have 2 passers potentially. Although, yeah, I feel like was rook e2 really strong. The pass position, we're also attacking f2 and maybe threatening to go to a2. And I guess black is still threatening like rook e2, so on it just continue taking on h6. But I feel like if we go rook f3 now, they can defend their h pawn. So I'm not sure why you would want to check. But I guess yeah. I guess when they're threatening rook e2, rook takes f2. I mean, that's when go red means. Their king is not that great. Alright, bishop takes h6. To the g file because of rook takes b6. Okay, but well, where rook takes b6. Okay, that wins 2 pawns for the exchange, so I guess that's a little bit more clear than just winning 1 pawn. So maybe that's actually a threat she's thinking about. That I dropped twice in a row. Or like twice in like 1 minute. Ah, interesting. I forgot that once we took the bishop on h6, then black is actually threatening the pawn on d4. But still kind of good for us, because I feel like, okay, dropping the d pawn actually might be pretty bad. We probably don't want to give them the past c and d pawns, although we would get past f and g pawns. Takes h4, rook takes d4. I think this is still fine for us. It's kind of like double-edged for both sides, because they will have the c and d passers, and maybe even the b pawn. Looks very scary. But for them as well, it's kind of scary, because their king's just in the path of our pawns. And black take g4. Yeah, this is a 3-result game, definitely. I'm not sure what the idea is if we take g4. I don't think there's any like mate or anything. Three results, especially if we take on h4 and they take on d4, and then it's a race between our pawns and their pawns.
Pawn's a little bit ahead, and with a G5 push, we get a tempo.
Yeah, there's some tempo on their team, but they will get a lot of tempo on a rook, like C5, D4. Our rooks need to get out of the way.
Bishop E3 idea and rook at D4.
King takes H4, rook takes D4, bishop E3.
Is rook takes knight still on the table?
Here anymore because of the D pawn. We need to deal with that tension.
Takes knight, protecting the D pawn. Pawn takes, rook takes. D pawn's protected. A pawn's protected. Maybe they push B5, but their C pawn would be hanging with check on their king. Is it worth it? I don't know. Just an idea.
Yeah, losing the C6 pawn would be really bad if they were to trade off on B6. Drawn in a very complicated way.
What about just F4 right here? D4 falls, but we have those connected passers. G5 comes with tempo.
Yeah. Seems like a slight disimprovement compared to like king takes H4 and you can play F4 later. Because in basically all the lines, whenever you play F4 and G5 is going to come with a tempo. But I don't see any advantage in like rushing G5 check. At least with F4, you can get your rook behind the F pawn whenever that's needed.
What about rook F3?
Rook F3 check. Jack king G6. Planning to do bishop E3 there.
You not.
Shifan can take H4.
Nice. Although, yes, the move she has to find is after rook takes D4.
When you say the move she has to find, that's an engine move you're talking about?
No, it's, well, chat found it, so, but
Okay, gotcha. So we're still...
yes, it's the best response if you're going to lose the D pawn, that you should probably want to get the B pawn. If she doesn't play rook takes D4, okay, engine's still saying rook takes B6.
Okay, so we decided to use the engine now?
Yes, sometimes.
Chat was throwing off engine notes earlier too, so.
I mean, I'm only using it in some cases.
Maybe
To like
after
check, I was checking if rook takes D4, if bishop E3 was kind of like urgent or.
So maybe
not.
flip it on after we've had a chance to discuss the position, basically, then flip it on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's see. Rook takes D4. Will that be played? Yeah, a lot of problems for black. It's kind of annoying that they have to lose their B pawn and
King G6.
King G6. Okay. I was also thinking about like C5 for black. G6. I thought that was reasonable. Bishop stars because attacking the bishop. But I think maybe now the king will get tempoed more in the future.
Should be 3.
King G6 also stops on King H5. So maybe if we wanted to push our pawns really far, white would want to have the King H5 square. I think a rook takes B6 works in lots of lines. E3. The pawn.
The bishop ended right back where it started.
What did? Having mission, yeah. I didn't even realize white had moved in black.
Black just
Shaft.
moved. Is that checking to win?
Checking, I guess. Not sure. I think the check helps the king move back so that white doesn't have like king h5 later on, escorting the pawns. Okay, I'm just gonna play king g3 since.
She did the King G2.
Okay, yeah. Only legal move, yes. The other move is not legal. Takes b6 still an idea. In fact, yeah, if
It's better now.
yeah, if black doesn't have the rook on the a file, right? Then
Yeah.
rook takes b6. You have a passed a pawn now. Winning. Okay.
F6. Dude, I feel like he's just making this position.
King
Oh yeah.
F- yeah. King g6, king f6, and rook h8. Yeah, that unfortunately. That wasted a lot of tempo, and it's like it relieved the pressure they had on a4. Double Jared saying rook takes c4 now. Kind of makes sense. It was unfindable, but maybe now it is findable because
Findable alert.
yeah. If I get to this position, I'm still really not sure why I would play this. Seems very risky. My rook's like nearly behind a pass pawn.
The only way she or anybody on like caliber would find it if they play something exactly like that in another game.
Yeah, they can get pattern recognition. It'd be findable if our bishop had like some sort of scope on a7 and d4. King F3 might kind of like threaten rook takes C4.
See on the commentators for rook takes knight. Are you saying that's the best move? And is that because after the pawn captures, capture with the rook there and double up, or are we going
Oh, pizza
to
and coffee.
are we going to take the B pawn?
I'm not too sure.
Because if
It was a
B
line
pawn-
given by Double Jared. Rook takes C4. Rook takes B6. He's saying.
Like King
Yeah.
F3, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and then it leaves their C pawns
Oh yeah,
doubled. And
we're saying
Yeah.
D5 here. Yeah, Double Jared. Okay, that seems to be more clear. Okay, King G3's played. I think she's trying to threaten Rook takes C4. This might lose the advantage to what? Rook H4? No, that's blunder. They don't have time for Rook H4. If Rook H4, then we win tactically to Rook takes C4 because they're not in time to protect their pawns. Wow, they blundered. So Elena played King F3 to prepare Rook takes C4, I think, and they allowed it. Our game just ended for sure. Wait, why Rook C takes? I don't know. I guess it's the same. The B Rook now. Yeah, I think she will find it because she did it last move. I think King F3 was very planned.
Pawn can't protect both the knight and the rook.
Yep. Calculated it out.
How do I sound, by the way, guys? Am I sounding loud and clear?
Yeah. The sound is good. If they don't take back the rook, we just want a free knight and we're taking on C6. Like, let's say they take here and then we take on C6.
Hopefully she's just double checking and making sure, and she sees the tactic we're talking about.
I'm just set up a gamble on if she finds a move or not. People can bet
Oh, yeah. Bishop Stars, they just played King F3, so like.
She found it.
Yeah, nice. Right. Yeah. Yeah, she's just calculating which rook to take with. Just to be professional and perfect.
between moves, she's remembering the time when this guy just let her clock run for minutes on end. Between moves, she's experiencing flashbacks to that time, and like
She
that
was down
quote,
to
likes the
15 minutes.
display. If revenge motivates you, go for it. Victory will be sweet, assuming she can hold on to this. But most faith and confidence in her ability to convert this now.
All right. So why is rook takes e3? Completely winning because we won a pawn plus. So we just won a clean pawn, and then we're threatening another pawn, I think. The rook. We take back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how are we up 2 pawns? We're up 2 pawns because we won on h6. Okay. Yeah, so when they did g takes h4 a few moves back, then bishop takes h6, we ended up winning a clean pawn there. And then with this tactic, we're up 2 pawns. And yeah. 3 pawns. Yeah. Very good.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, 3 pawns is a very known endgame. Or there's one endgame in like the Silman endgame course where here are 2 passed pawns against a rook. I've only tried. I think King G5 is even worse. Well, no, they're all worse. She has 16 minutes on the clock, so it's definitely enough to convert this.
Two, right? Second.
C6 is hanging.
Tony from Chess Sharks coming out to check the game there briefly. It looks like
Oh, okay.
Lena and he exchanged some sort of nonverbal. How do you do?
And she looked at the camera. Then I assumed anything like King F3, King F4 just defends all the pawns, gains opposition to. King F4, they don't have like King G5.
This is the National Open game round.
Yeah.
That's
National Open round 2. She won round 1 against a 1400 and facing another 1400 now. Yeah. That check was slightly worse than King G5, I think. But also, everything's the same.
She's gonna be worn out for game 2, like yesterday, for that game with that. I found.
This is very straightforward, barring any unforeseen disaster. This is definitely going to be a W.
Yeah. He still has a rook, but yeah. Rook over. If white didn't have that A pawn, it would be a bit harder to win this. King E7. I think one potential plan is rook to A8. I mean, everything wins. But yeah, rook A5 to rook A8. Always keep the A4 pawn protected, and then the king can escort the G pawn. That's a really nice finish. Rook H5.
Yeah.
And a resignation.
Yeah, double F-cam. Rook H5 is really nice.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Did they shake hands there or just barely touch? My screen cut out for a second.
Yeah, I think they did.
Very brief handshake. Good sportsmanship. We like to see it. Right into post-mortem. And he has physically turned his king over. Not something everybody chooses to do, but extra dramatic flair.
Yeah, I think the professionals don't turn their king over. It doesn't really matter.
Not generally. But in the Queen's Gambit, you shake your opponent's hand and deliver the queen in one move. That's the class.
Yeah.
That's the classiest way to resign when typing.
I think you're supposed to put the kings like on, I don't know, the middle of the board, something color, the color of the square of the king signifies who won. I'm gonna have to head out now, get some dinner, but yeah.
Enjoy.
Same. All right.
See you guys.
Lena looks like she might need a nap before the next round. I hope she gets it. Is she coming by? In the scene. So, cool. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. I presume there's a good chance Elena will be taking over pretty soon. I'm going to flip over to chat and see what's up, what's new. Get some hype in the chat. Double Jared, I sound like a GM. I'm not, but thanks. It's the voice. It's the voice. Welcome, Tom. A lot of chat this time. Well, thank you. I do have a nice voice. I have been told that a lot of times. The bedtime story service that I offer. Hashtag hit me up. Missed a lot of chat this time because now when I'm flipping over, yesterday it was displaying all of the chat, but today it says welcome to the chat room and starts from there. Don't know what the difference is between then and now. Or if I'm even still on this.
Meet you in person.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
With you with them.
I don't know what to do with all of this. Thank you. Let me just, I can place this down. Yeah, I just finished my game.
Just out of the way so no one kicks it. Oh, are you live? Are you live right now? Oh, cool. Okay. That's the way to do it.
We're going to set up the table so let's all see.
Yeah, let her in the middle. I'll lay in the middle. Let me do this real quick. We'll get what we're going to if you want.
No. You know, I think
okay. Picture. You want me to root it? No. Let me put that down. Yeah, the more the better. I like these pictures. That's good. All right, here we go. On 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Very nice. No, we take more than one though. We always watch out for the eyes blinking. That's good. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right, I got it ready.
I'm Cameron.
I can't.
I'm a YouTuber streamer.
That's okay. It's okay for me.
Thank you.
We can discuss the game in a second.
Cameron, sorry for.
Oh, I think I need to add the mic in now. One sec.
I was just
showing them the
chatting with
space.
my commentators.
No, that's what it's there for. I'm glad you're using the room. It's awesome.
Is there usually a thing?
What's that?
I'm just going to table see him play
I saw somebody in there.
That's
Can I take
all.
a video for you? Oh, some guy.
I love that.
What's the game later?
Let me put the mic in here so you guys can hear me better.
Set up a 20
The other is Sean.
So, but I don't.
That's who you are. Oh, you're too tall for this. Hold up. There you go.
Bend down just a little bit.
Put it down. Wait.
Maybe good. There you go.
Just like that. Yeah.
All right, Amanda. So what do you want me to say?
Tell us about you.
Well, my name is John Ivaroni. I'm a producer, and I'm producing a project right now about chess players from all over the world. The best chess players, the chess players that play for fun, the crazy chess players. There's lots of different styles of chess players, and we want to meet them all in a project called Chess Kings, coming to television in 2025. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Exciting. Has that been going well?
It's been going fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
And it was a year ago that I was here last year for the festival. First time I actually came to one of these festivals, and I confess, don't hold it against me, but I'm not a chess player, as I've told you before. But that's an advantage for me because I have a mainstream viewpoint on this, and haven't quite figured out why someone hasn't brought chess to mainstream yet, but we're going to be the first, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. So let's make it happen.
Yeah. Well, happy to be here.
Yeah, of course. It's funny, you were here first time last year. I didn't meet you last year though. That was my first time here too.
Yeah, I was here with Dylan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Q.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And who else? Obviously Michael and Kostya. Hung around with Kostya a little bit.
The crew,
Yep,
basically.
the crew. But now here we are, year two, and still doing a little bit of intel and pulling our project together.
No, that's great.
Working with Glenn, of course. You got to get Glenn in. Well, you have you. No.
No,
No, I
you
feel
don't
more
want.
comfortable on like the other side of the camera.
Why? You don't feel? You feel uncomfortable on this side?
No, I don't. You know, I'd rather be helping out behind the scenes
Ah, I
than
see.
be in front of the
scenes.
scenes.
I thought you just meant you like the back camera, not the front camera.
No.
Okay, that's very specific.
So will we get you later to do some trash talking games with?
Yeah,
Big
so I'll be playing Mike right now. So I'll be streaming that. Last time I played you,
That's
I
right.
lost the clock a few times, but I was better than you. So
I don't know about that. I guess we'll see today.
we will see. Okay, where are we playing?
So every week you have to give us the
Right here?
They're gonna set up a table
Okay.
here.
They're setting a table?
A
Yeah.
table.
Oh, that's great.
A couple tables
Okay.
right here, so you'll have lots of people
Oh, wow.
passing by.
Has
That's
to be a high
perfect.
traffic area.
Yeah, it'll
That's
be a
perfect.
vibrant area.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to wait, if you have other things going on and you want to play like in Virginia 3 in the
Okay.
streamer room, I mean, we'll turn the
That's
lights
fine,
on. You
too.
guys can you know, throw down, do whatever you want.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I have to restart the stream because it's been laggy. For some reason in Sunset, the data is not the best there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna restart the stream real quick, okay? I'll be right back. What's
I
happening?
mean, there's